Arya Shadeslay here, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be performing the 20k Q&A. A couple of days ago when I hit the milestone, I asked you guys to leave me your questions on the YouTube community page that I posted, and on my Instagram. If you aren't following my Instagram, go check out the links in my bio on my channel. Anyways, today I'm going to be reading and answering some of these questions that you have left for me. Hope that you guys will enjoy this. Venti says, "Congrats for making it this far. My questions are, who inspired you to start voice acting, and are you planning to make voice acting your career?" For the first question, that's kind of a story time. So, what inspired me to start voice acting was mainly two things. One was when I started watching MHA and the dub version of it, I was really inspired by how they actually dubbed the character that was originally made in a different country and how they took that voice and the persona, and it was absolutely amazing to watch and listen to. And am I planning to make voice acting my career? I really, really want to, because I really want to voice characters for people, whether that be from anime, video games, or whatever. I also want to voice something that other people will enjoy. So I really hope that I'll be able to work my butt off to get that far. Mei Hatsume says, "Congrats, Arya. It's really cool to see that you've made it this far. It's been fun to watch you gain more subscribers as you go, and I'm really happy for you. I hope to see you keep it up. As far as I know, I will." Question: who out of everyone has been the most fun to voice? Who was the hardest? The most fun to voice? For me? I mean, this was actually fairly recent, so like a week ago, on Thursday, I posted a video about Ai Mikaze. If you haven't seen that video, you should go check it out. It's one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. I was messing around with the voices for the schedule, and I decided to upload it because I thought it sounded good. And I actually had a ball voicing him, because he doesn't have an English dub voice as of right now. So, being able to take a Japanese character and kind of implement my own sort of style of voice on it, it was really cool and really fun to do. And who was the hardest to voice? For the guys, probably Bakugo, mainly because of the harshness of his voice. It's like, ah, like that all the time. And Hatsume, it's the female one, is because her voice is very eccentric. So sometimes I feel like I have to be careful to not transfer into a Mina voice whenever I'm voicing her, so I need to be really, really careful about that. Machio Oliver says, "Hiya! Great to see how far you've come. My questions are, what made you start voice acting, and what future audios do you have planned?" What made me start voice acting? Thanks to this fellow YouTuber, ASMR roleplay artist named Birdie Senpai. You should go subscribe to him if you aren't already, because he is an absolute amazing person, and he was my first real step into the ASMR roleplay community, because he voiced Deku in his ASMR roleplay audios for a long time, and I found them and I was intrigued by them. I commented on his videos and he would respond back, and I'd be like, whoa, oh my gosh, this guy actually responds to his comments? Whoa. Me being the unprofessional kid that I was a couple of years ago, I decided to type in his comments, "I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel with some ASMR roleplay content. Do you think this is a good idea?" A couple of minutes later, he responded with, "Yeah, you should go for it. Let me know when you post your first video." I was like, oh my gosh. What? It was absolutely bizarre. And I did. I sent it to him, and he watched it and promoted it on his community tab. And that was really my first big step into this journey, and I wouldn't be I wouldn't really be anywhere without that. So, thank you, Birdie, for all that you do. Love ya. What future audios do I have planned? A lot. I have a lot of stuff planned, and despite everything, I cannot disclose the information because I don't want to spoil you guys. Because I feel like the suspense is the most artistic thing that a writer can do. Josh B. Emerald GD says, "Hi, congratulations for making such a milestone. I remember hearing your audio and videos from the Monster of Truth channel, mostly in the MHA-focused videos. Eventually, I grew curious and stumbled into your channel and was amazed at the amount of different character ASMR audios there were. The range you can seemingly do is impressive, to say the least. You have my appreciation." Thank you. For my questions, when you develop a character ASMR into a multi-part series, do you plan an ongoing narrative that flows across all its parts? Which MHA female was the most fun/enjoyable to write for? Which ASMR video series was your favorite to create? And what was your inspirations for you getting into ASMR? Well, I already answered the last question. A combination of the Funimation dub of MHA and the inspiration from Birdie himself. Which ASMR video series was my favorite? Probably the Deku series, because that was the one that I got the most in-depth with at the start, because I kind of made the story a little bit deeper at the beginning with the Deku audios, because of how deep I wanted his character to be. So that one probably was one of my favorites. Which MHA female was the most fun/enjoyable to write for? Probably Jiro. Because, I mean, I got to sing a lot. Because I love singing. I absolutely love to sing and music and all of that. So, getting to write for Jiro was absolutely amazing because I can put in singing parts because, duh. When I develop a character into a multi-part series, do I plan an ongoing narrative? I start out with a simple narrative, but I kind of just develop it as I go, mainly because I create each part individually. I have a solid storyline for each one, but I do like to divert and focus more on the daily life and not so much the giant big moments. There are some of those, but I tend to focus on the daily life so that it's more relatable for everyone. I hope that answers your question. German LB says, "Congratulations for reaching 20k, Arya. Keep up the excellent work and keep being awesome. My question is, how did the idea for Economist Fortune come to be, and did you ever imagine it getting this far?" Honestly, no, I did not imagine it getting this far, because Economist Fortune was just an idea. What if my OCs met each other in the same universe and had a common goal? That is basically the concept of when Economist Fortune came out. Because originally Sapphire was supposed to be in charge of everything. And that would have made her, for all my OC people, you know what I'm talking about when I say a Mary Sue. And I discovered that that was not appropriate, so I changed it, made more OCs to kind of balance her out, and it worked really well. And yeah, I just kind of had the idea, what if they all were in the same universe and they had the same goal? I figured that was a cool concept, so I developed it, and I've made revisions to it like 3 times. And this last time is the most successful that it's been. And it really has developed into an amazing story. And I cannot wait to share the rest of it with you because it'll be a lot different than what people are expecting. I hope you'll stick around. Julian Paredes says, "Congrats on 20k. On several audios, you learned a lot of anime songs. High praise. Do you write originals too?" I do not write original songs, but I want to learn how. Because I love music, I love writing lyrics and themes behind songs. It's just, I'm not the best at creating the sound by itself. I want to do covers, but again, YouTube copyright system kind of is not easy to get around or work around, so I have to be careful. I am working on things like that though. Hopefully I'll be able to do it in the future. Javier708 says, "Congratulations for making 20k. Keep going, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for you. What inspired you to do audios, and what is your favorite parts about doing audios?" What is my favorite part about doing audios? Probably the recording and the research processes. Because the researching process on the character that I'm going to voice is so much fun. Because I get to hear different clips, learn different things about the character and how they interact with the other characters in the show. And it's super fun. The recording part is also fun because I can take liberties with what I want and create 10 minutes of absolute enjoyable content. MegaRock051 says, "First off, congrats on 20k after a year, the successful schedule change, and loyal viewer fan plays. Some context with the question. I know MHA audios are taking a back seat for now, but would you ever consider doing a round 2 for the Class 1B girls?" Well, I mean, maybe. I probably would love to do that, but the thing is, I don't know where I would start. Again, those characters are only shown on screen for like some parts during season 3 and then half of the season in season 5. So I really don't know too much about them. I would definitely have to do more research. But one day maybe. Wahoo Thurman asks, "Can you make some more Haruhi stuff? Ouran High School Host Club is my third favorite anime." Well, I would love to do more Ouran High School Host Club content, mainly with characters like Haruhi and maybe Honey Senpai, because both of them have lower voices. Maybe even the twins as well. But, I mean, only if you guys want to, because it depends on what you guys want just as much as it does what I want. Cutesy Fruitsy says, "Congratulations for making it this far. My question is, what's your favorite character to voice act?" For the males, definitely Deku, because his voice is higher. Not to mention, he is absolutely my favorite MHA character, period, and I absolutely love him so much. And for the females, probably Momo and Jiro for MHA, and actually, I've kind of been interested in voicing Sucrose from Genshin. That's kind of a spoiler, but I hope that you will like that when that comes around. I don't know when yet, but keep it on your brain. 2B asks, "How nervous were you when you recorded your first audio? Did you still use the same equipment, or did you make some upgrades?" I was very nervous when I recorded my first audio. You have no idea. I was thinking, oh my gosh, what if people don't like this? What if I'm one of the million people that have done an Ochako ASMR roleplay content series? But it ended up working out well in the end. I kind of bit down and just uploaded it. And I hoped for the best, and I kept going with it, and boom, here we are. It's taken a lot of hard work and progress, but here we are. And no, I do not use the same equipment now as I did then. Back then, for all you tech junkies, I was using a AT2020 microphone with a very finicky cord. So it was very not as great sounding, as well as I had to hold it in order to use it, because it was there was no stand with it. So I had to hold it in hopes that I wouldn't get any background noise. And there was no background noise reducer. I literally would have to edit that out myself. So it was a long and tedious process. And since then, I have made a lot of upgrades. I have a boom arm now. I have a Yeti Nano microphone and a windscreen. So that definitely has changed since the first audios, and I'm glad for it. Riley Rue Cherry Blossoms VA says, congratulations! My question, I'm also trying to start voice acting, so do you have any tips? Bonus question, can you give me a small villain technical sentence for my own serotonin? Sincerely, Riley. For tips? Mainly, if you want to do it, do it. If you want to voice a character that no one else has done, do it. If you want to voice a character that everyone has done, do it. And if you're scripting, make sure you give credit to the script owner, whether it's you or whether it's someone else. If you're voicing a character, make sure that you feel like you can do it justice. Don't hurt yourself when you're trying to voice. Make sure you take good care of your voice. Drink lots of water. Get proper amount of food. If your voice hurts, drink some tea, hot water with lemon, stuff like that. Just take care of yourself in general health, and you'll do okay, and your voice will be fine. And the more you experiment with voices, the bigger your range will get. So the more you experiment, the better. So don't be afraid to try new things. For the technical side of it, I would say you don't have to have any fancy equipment. Just make it the best that you can make. And as you continue going along, continually upgrade and you'll keep growing stronger. I hope that helped in some way. As for the villain deco line, well, I don't see why not. I mean, it can't help or harm anything. So I hope you enjoy. Aiden45 says, good job, Arya. My question is, have you ever considered doing gaming videos again like you used to in your very, very old videos? Probably not. Unless I start live streaming, then I'll save some clips from that. But I probably won't end up doing full-on videos of gaming anymore, mainly because that's not what my channel is focused on. Danger Zone Junior 4 says, congratulations, Arya. My question is, what is your favorite video you have made so far? Oh. Well, that is a very, very, very hard question. Because I love every single video that I make. Most of the time. Because the videos that I make generally tend to focus more on day-to-day and kind of what I vision the characters would say versus versus specific events. So it's hard, but probably I'm gonna have to go with my gut and go with Arcana Misfortune Season 1 Episode 3, because that was the episode where one of my favorite OCs came in, and popular favorite OCs came in, Celsius. And she is baby, and we all love her, and that is probably one of the best videos that I have made, and I'm the one that I am probably the most proud of. Church of Gumby says, congrats, Arya. I just have a few questions. What are your pronouns? Where are you from? And what's your favorite animal? As for where I am from, I won't be disclosing that information because personal reasons and personal information. What are my pronouns? She, her. And what's my favorite animal? My favorite animal is actually the orca whale. The killer whale, also known as. Because they're so pretty. They're black and white, and they're streamlined, and they're absolutely gorgeous and graceful. Death Killer says, I have 2 questions. First question is, in the future, will there be a chance you get picked to do voice acting at an anime studio? Second question, what plans do you have for your channel in the future? That first question, I don't know how to answer that. If I put out demos and I put out content that people like, and what if I do get requested for it, I'll be absolutely ecstatic. There may be a chance, but I gotta keep working for it. So I'm gonna do my best. And what plans do I have for the channel in the future? A lot of different things. But that's a secret for now. Glitchy asks, congrats! I want to ask, how did you create your character? Is it based on another character or made completely on your own? If you're talking about my persona, which is my main avatar, then that one is actually based off of my real life self. I really don't like to base like a persona off of another character because that kind of feels like I'm basing it off of the person who made it and not myself. So I kind of wanted my persona to base more off of myself and more of what I like to do. And all of the art and credit to that goes to the amazing people who make fan art and my channel artist. It really is that simple. Hot Topic Junkie 3 says, does your throat hurt after recording? If so, what do you do to stop it to hurt? Yes. Sometimes my throat does hurt after recording, especially if I'm recording something for a long time, like Economist Fortune. To get it to stop hurting, I generally drink hot water with lemon, or a berry green tea with lemon and honey, because those will soothe my throat and give me a chance to kind of breathe a bit. Yeah, it really helps. And I hope that this will be some way for you guys to relax as well. Take care of yourselves and hydrate, you know? Remy Marie Flores says, that's great news to hear that Arya-chan, and in that case, congratulations on your YouTube channel as it reaches 20K for this month of February for this year 2022. And I'm so proud of your achievements today, and keep up the great work as always, okay? Okay, I will do that. P.S. Here's my question. Are you going to keep making MHA character ASMR roleplay videos even though you've already said farewell to them? Okay, I'm clarifying this on video now, as well as I did in the previous community post that I made before the last one. MHA characters are not disappearing. I promise. They will come back. I wanted a little bit of a break because I'd done them so much. I will go back to them. I promise. I will go back to them. I promise I will get back to them because I do miss them as well. But I will do them again. Just give me time, okay? Timothy Burnt says, just like to give a congratulations, and my question is, will the vampire ASMR become a series? Well, I mean, I did post a part 2 on Friday, so I hope that answered your question. Super Surge 28 says, my questions are, have you watched Bleach? Can you more MHA ASMR audios? And can you cosplay? And what is your favorite anime character? That's actually 4 questions, but okay. Have I watched Bleach? No, I have not. I know I probably should, but it's so long. It's so long. I will try to watch it eventually, but not right now. I already answered question number 2. And can you cosplay? I have cosplayed in the past, but I will not show my face. So most likely you guys will not see it. So yeah. I mean, I did cosplay once for a convention that I went to recently, back in December. And I did post a picture of that in my Discord, but my face was not shown, so yeah. And what is my favorite favorite anime character? You would ask that. I'm gonna admit this right here and now. For those of you who don't know me on the Discord or anything like that, I like a lot of anime characters, especially in the anime male characters genre. So that is a hard question to answer. So all I'm gonna say is As long as they're not a character that I extremely dislike, yes. I hope that helps. Alex the Bean Woo Woo says, hello, I love your voice acting vids. They make me calm, but the real question is, why did you start voice acting? Well, why would probably be the reason that I want to voice characters, and I want to make people happy by voicing the characters. So I also kind of want to express myself in a way that I can really show and fluctuate how I feel. I hope that helps. Jim Lord Heaven Aguba says, hello Arya, congratulations on 20k. Question, do you plan on doing more collabs? I will do more collabs soon. I know I haven't done a actual collab in a long time. The most that I do collabs anymore is with Arcana Misfortune. I know that I will have to put some more collabs on my channel eventually. But recently I have done a collab with Z Saku VA over on his channel. You should go check him out and support him. A couple of weeks ago, I was a part of one of his vampire audios, so you should go check that out. Jelly Kid says, which gender voice is easier? Do you ever feel like giving up? If number 2 is a yes, then how do you deal with these feelings? What type of music do you like? When did you decide that you wanted to do ASMRs, and which MHA character is your favorite? Gender voice is easier since I am female. Obviously female voices are easier, but also higher pitched males and child voices are also relatively easy for me. Do I ever feel like giving up? There was one point back when I hit around 5,000 that I was really struggling with the desire to keep pushing forward. But after a lot of support from people, I was able to pick myself up and get back up. So, in answer to the third question, I deal with these feelings by talking to others and kind of receiving support from them. What type of music do I like? Well, I like a lot of music. I tend to like choir music, some band music, but mostly I like OSTs from video games and J-pop music because they are calming and their voices are very fun to listen to. I actually listen to more JP pop than I do English pop. So, I hope that answers your question. And I already answered the last two. So, Sebastian says, congratulations. Anyway, here are my questions. What are your hobbies, if any? How old are you? And what is your favorite anime or animes? And do you have any recommendations? The second question I'm not going to answer because reasons. Also, my hobbies? Playing video games. Obviously recording, because I do a lot of it. Roleplay. Listening to music. Playing music on my flute. On the piano. And singing. And I also really like to watch anime, if you can't tell. So, the ones that I'm currently watching right now are Utapri and Attack on Titan are the ones that I'm currently watching right now. My favorite anime, at the current moment, it is probably Utapri, because it is the one that is like the main focus right now. Although I love MHA, I cannot, like at the current moment, it is Utapri. And I have a lot of favorite anime in general though, so, and MHA is one of them. So I really hope that helps with that. And recommendations, I'm not sure if you want to hear my recommendations because a lot of my recommendations are very slice of life. So for example, like Tsundere Children and Toradora and stuff like that. So I don't really watch a whole lot of action anime. So MHA and Attack on Titan and Sword Art Online were like the main action anime that I've really watched. It was... I hope that helps, but I really don't know how to answer it other than that. Mois asks, are you planning to have a career in voice acting? I want to. I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to do my best to try to put out more content, create a portfolio, and do some freelance jobs to get myself out there in the world. SBF/Sarah says, what are your future audios that you are planning? There are a lot of things that I'm planning, more than just the audios themselves. I hope to go out and do some more things that I can interact with you guys with, because you guys are just as important as the audios themselves, so I hope to find more ways to communicate with you guys other than just the Discord. Davy Jones asks, oh, I've got a good one for you. What would happen if you were to do an audio series with a different characters of My Hero Academia, found out that the listener is a werewolf or a vampire, and how would you use sound effects to do if the listener told them they were a werewolf and they actually transformed into one? I think basically what I got from that was how would you have the MHA characters react if the listener was a werewolf? And I don't know, because I don't really do that sort of thing. Again, I was trying to focus more on real life, but I guess the Neko audios did kind of influence that. So, I mean, they would probably react kind of scared at first, but then they'd realize it was still them, so they would probably be okay with it. Yeah, that's at least how I feel on it anyway. And in terms of sound effects, I don't know. I don't use a lot of sound effects in my normal audios. Miltar asks, what is the video you are most proud of? In terms of one recently that I made, the I Mikaze video still stands at top of that. But in terms of other videos, probably the first episode of Economist Fortune was probably one of the videos that I'm the most proud of in terms of older videos, because it it represents how far that I've really gotten into Economist Fortune and developed it enough. And the first episode really was the first step into that. So I hope that answers your question. Freshy Boy asks, when was the first time you started making videos? Oh boy. I was actually first making videos back in 2019. Back when I was doing Gacha Life videos and Gacha Life animated videos, because at the time those were cool. I mean, they still are cool now. It just, the way I was doing them, it was not cool. So I made a lot of very stupid errors when I was making these videos, and I really hate the way that I did them now. So I tend not to think about it too much. But in terms of the current channel, I started making the videos back in October of 2020. And not October, November. My bad. What is your favorite video game? Asks Chandler Games. In terms of video game series, probably the Kingdom Hearts franchise. In terms of individual games, probably going back to Kingdom Hearts, probably KH Birth by Sleep, because that was probably one of the most immersive games that I really liked in the franchise. And Kingdom Hearts has been with me since I was like 7. So I really enjoy the series as a whole, and I absolutely love it. Incognito Mode asks, are you ticklish? Do you like being tickled? Where are you ticklish? That's kind of a weird question, but I am ticklish. I do admit that. I am ticklish. Do I like being tickled? It depends on the person that's tickling me. And where am I ticklish? I will not disclose. I will not disclose my weakness. Anyways, that was the end of the questions. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and oh boy, this turned out to be a lot longer than I expected, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This has been Aria Shadeslight VA. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Stay sharp, Shadeslayers!